Ahoy there, fellow explorers, and welcome back to Mystic Podcast Cruise. I'm Jake Hart, your captain on this voyage into the mysteries of the universe.
And I'm Zara Moon, here to help us navigate the uncharted waters of the spiritual and the extraordinary.
Today, we're setting sail for a deep dive into a story that might just redefine what we think we know about life, death, and, the universe itself.
It's a story that pushes the boundaries of our understanding and invites us to consider the possibilities that exist beyond our everyday perception.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by near-death experiences. The idea that consciousness can exist outside of the physical body.
It's a concept that has intrigued cultures for centuries, these accounts of people who have glimpsed what lies beyond the veil.
It's both exhilarating and a bit unsettling, isn't it? Like peering into the unknown depths of the ocean.
Definitely. It challenges our everyday understanding of reality, but these stories offer us a fascinating window into the mysteries of consciousness.
Exactly. And today we're exploring one such account, the near-death experience of Philip Hasheider.
He was a Wisconsin farmer whose life took an unexpected turn during what seemed like a routine trip to town.
And his story is documented in his book, 6 Minutes in Eternity, as well as a YouTube interview, which we'll be drawing from today.
Philip's story is especially compelling because it begins so ordinarily. He's going about his day, tending to his cattle, heading to a car appointment.
Just like any one of us, really.
Right. Even squeezing in a workout at the local hospital's fitness center.
It's almost like a scene from our own lives, right? But then during those 20 arm curls on the machine...
Everything changes.
That's right. He suddenly finds himself outside of his body in a completely different dimension.
He describes it as a realm of pure energy, where he's floating on waves not of water.
But something far more profound, like cosmic waves of energy.
Exactly. And he encounters this brilliant golden yellow sphere radiating immense love and energy.
Wow, so he actually leaves his body, like sees it from the outside?
That's how he describes it. He says his body felt translucent.
Like a framework of his earthly form.
Yes, but it felt completely natural in this new environment.
Incredible. And what about this golden sphere?
He compares it to 10 million suns packed together.
That's some serious cosmic imagery.
It was a source of creation, he says, sending out waves of energy and light connecting to countless universes and dimensions.
A spiderweb of universes, all stemming from this central source of love and creation. It's almost too much for the mind to grasp.
It definitely challenges our linear way of thinking.
I mean, while he's having this cosmic experience back in the fitness center, a team of EMTs is frantically trying to revive him.
Right. He talks about this interdimensional confusion he felt when he returned to his body.
Did you elaborate on that a little?
Imagine trying to explain a dream to someone who's never slept. The rules of that dream world, the logic, the flow of time are completely different from our waking reality.
So it's like his consciousness is still partially in that other dimension, struggling to adapt to the physical world again.
That's what Philip seems to be describing. He's trying to reconcile this timeless realm he experienced with the linear time of our world.
No wonder he felt confused and disoriented.
And to add to the confusion, he's experiencing physical pain, now a stark contrast to the blissful state he felt while out of his body.
He even initially kept this experience to himself, right? Unsure if anyone would believe him.
That's a common thread we find in many near-death experience accounts. But as Philip recovered, he started to piece together the fragments of his memory.
And eventually the reason for his return became clear to him.
Well, not consciously at first. He doesn't recall the specific moment, but his wife, Mary, reveals a pivotal detail.
What did she say?
She says one night he sat up in bed and said out loud, "I was told I needed to come back to be a conduit of hope for those who don't have any or don't think there is it."
Wow, that's powerful. It suggests that his experience wasn't just about personal revelation, but about bringing back a message for humanity.
A message of hope for a world that often feels shrouded in darkness.
And it makes you wonder if he had collapsed in the pasture, as you mentioned, would he have even been revived? Would he have been able to share this message of hope?
It raises so many questions about the nature of these experiences. Are they random occurrences? Or are they orchestrated for a specific purpose?
It seems there's more to this story than just a near-death experience. There's a message here, a mission that we need to explore further.
A mission of hope, a journey of self-discovery. And we're here to guide you every step of the way. Welcome back to Mystic Podcast Cruise, as we continue to chart our course through the profound depth of Philip Hasheider's near-death experience.
His journey is like a cosmic treasure map, leading us to a greater understanding of our own existence.
And as we delve deeper into his story, we uncover these incredible pearls of wisdom, these insights that can transform our perspectives on life, death, and everything in between.
So you mentioned this idea of Philip being a conduit of hope. What exactly does that entail? What message is he bringing back from his experience?
Well, one of the most profound lessons Philip learned is that our time here in this dimension is all about learning.
Learning, as opposed to, like, being punished or judged for our actions.
Exactly. He describes it as a journey of growth and expansion, not a test we need to pass or fail.
He actually uses this fascinating metaphor, of getting on an energetic superhighway off-ramp.
Oh, right.
He says we enter this lower energy dimension, Earth, to learn and grow, and then once we've used up the fuel, so to speak, we merge back onto the
Oh,
superhighway.
that's such a powerful image. And it suggests that this journey doesn't end here. We continue to exist, perhaps embodying in other dimensions until our souls have learned everything they need to.
So it's like a cosmic school
Yes,
with different levels and classrooms, and we keep moving forward until we graduate, in a sense.
precisely. And along this journey, Philip emphasizes the importance of choice.
Choice.
He talks about how even a seemingly small decision, like turning left instead of right, can lead to profound shifts in our experience.
He actually mentions that very choice, turning left toward the fitness center instead of right toward something else, is the catalyst for his experience.
He sees this as a reminder that we're constantly making choices and we have to own the consequences, good or bad.
It's about taking responsibility for our own path, even within a grander cosmic plan, right?
That's right. And this leads to another key insight. Philip shares the importance of recognizing the divinity in everyone we meet.
This was a big takeaway for him, wasn't it? That love and acknowledging the inherent worth of others is central to our purpose here.
It's about shifting our perspective from judgment to understanding, from seeing ourselves as separate individuals to recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings.
He calls it the divinity of everyone. Do you think this ties into his concept of hope being the pathway?
Absolutely. Recognizing the divine spark within ourselves and others naturally leads to a more compassionate and hopeful outlook. It allows us to see beyond the surface differences that divide us and connect with the shared humanity that binds us.
So it's not just blind optimism. It's a conscious choice to see the good in others and believe in the possibility of a better future.
Exactly. And it requires us to face the darkness, the challenges, and the uncertainties of life with an open heart and a belief in something greater than ourselves.
That reminds me of something Philip said about time travel and space travel. He claims we can do both since he did.
Ah, yes. A very intriguing point. From a scientific perspective, time travel remains a theoretical possibility, and space travel, while advancing, is still limited by our current technology. But from Philip's experience, it seems the limitations we perceive in this dimension might not apply in others.
It's a bold statement, but it aligns with the idea that consciousness isn't bound by the laws of physics as we currently understand them.
Philip's story really challenges us to expand our understanding of what's possible. It invites us to question our assumptions about reality and explore the vast potential of our own consciousness.
So if Philip is right, and hope is the pathway, what does that mean for us, the listeners, who are still navigating this earthly dimension? What can we do to cultivate this sense of hope in our own lives?
That's a wonderful question, and one that we'll explore further as we continue our deep dive. Stay tuned as we unpack more of Philip's profound insights and connect them to your own journey of self-discovery.
Welcome back to Mystic Podcast Cruise. We're nearing the end of our deep dive into Philip Hasheider's extraordinary near-death experience.
It's been a journey, hasn't it? From the ordinary to the extraordinary.
Absolutely. From the depths of despair to the heights of hope.
Philip's story has taken us on a real roller coaster of emotions and insights.
It's amazing how his story started so ordinarily. A farmer just going about his day, and then boom, he finds himself in this expansive, otherworldly dimension.
It's a reminder that the extraordinary can exist within the ordinary. Even in the midst of our daily routines, there's that potential for profound transformation.
We've talked about his experience, the lessons he learned, the message he brought back. But what does it all mean for us, the listeners? How can we apply these insights to our own lives?
Well, I think one of the most important takeaways is that we have more power than we realize.
More power.
Yeah, Philip's emphasis on choice, on owning the consequences of our actions, it suggests that we're not just passive observers in this grand cosmic play.
We're active participants, co-creators of our own reality.
Exactly. And that's both empowering and a little daunting, isn't it? It means we have a responsibility to choose wisely, to act with intention, and to align our choices with our higher purpose.
And how do we do that? How do we find that purpose, especially when life feels so chaotic and confusing?
Well, Philip's story points us in the direction of hope. He was told to come back and be a conduit of hope for those who have lost their way.
Right. And he makes it clear that hope isn't just wishful thinking. It's a way of being in the world.
It's about choosing to see the light, even in the darkness, to believe in the possibility of something better.
And, I think cultivating that sense of hope starts with recognizing the divinity within ourselves and others.
It's about seeing the world through a lens of compassion and understanding.
It's about recognizing that we're all connected, that we're all on this journey together.
Exactly. And when we approach life from that perspective, when we choose to see the good, to believe in the possibility of transformation, we open ourselves up to a whole new level of experience.
It's like we're tuning into a different frequency.
Yes, one that vibrates with love, hope, and possibility.
Philip's story is a powerful reminder that we're not alone on this journey. There's a guiding force, a cosmic intelligence that's always there to support us, if we're willing to listen.
It's a reminder that even in the face of death, there can be transformation, there can be a deeper understanding of our purpose.
And it's a call to action. It's an invitation to step into our own power, to embrace our potential, and to create a world that reflects the love and hope we carry within.
So as we disembark from this Mystic podcast cruise, let's carry Philip's message with us. Let's choose hope. Let's see the divinity in ourselves and others.
And let's create a world that's a little brighter, a little kinder, a little more loving.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, may your path be filled with wonder, purpose, and boundless possibilities.
Thank you for cruising with us on Podcast Cruise. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us bring you more intriguing and thought-provoking podcasts. Stay curious, and we'll see you on the next adventure.